Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Swap Connection with another deck overview. So, as I mentioned in my recent event recap, with it being spooky season, though as far as from spooky season is from November 1st through the following October 31st, so all year round. This is the first of a series of spooky deck overviews. The hope is 4 over the course of the month, 1 a week. But we'll see how far along we get on that. Fingers crossed for all 4. So we'll start a little soft, with my mono black Goth Knight of the Dark Realms deck. Like every other deck I've done in this segment, it is a commander deck. So we'll look at the commander and some of the fun things within the deck. Our commander is Crick, Son of Yawgmoth. Crick is a legendary 2/2 horror minion with lifelink for 4 mana, 4 colorless, and 3 black, 3 Phyrexian mana. Now, Phyrexian mana can be paid either with, in the case of Crick, either with black mana or 2 life. Crick's game text says, for each black mana symbol in a cost, you may pay 2 life rather than pay that mana. Whenever you cast a black spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Crick, Son of Yawgmoth. Okay, so yeah, he's gonna probably get pretty stout pretty early on. And one thing to remember, especially in Commander, your life total is just as much a resource as your library, your hand, and your lands. So yeah, you have to be a little more careful with your life total, but yeah. So now we've got an alternate win condition in here. We can talk about that right quick. That alternate win condition being Liliana's Contract, which is an enchantment from that's core set 2015, I believe, for 3 generic and 2 black. So, when there's the battlefield, you draw 4 cards and lose 4 life. But your upkeep, if you control 4 or more demons with different names, you win the game. So, we've got a few demons in here. And with it being a commander deck, each one has a different name from the others. So, that said, they're all kind of on the pricey side mana-wise, so yeah. But if Crick's out, it might be a little easier to get them out. Yeah, we got 6 demons in the deck, so But anyway, so we got some decent. Now, we got a few ways yes, Crick makes it so we have a means of spending our life total to cast stuff. We've also got a few sources of life gain to offset that. For example, we've got Deathgreeter, a 1/1 human shaman for 1 black. Whenever another creature dies, you may gain 1 life. Okay. It's simple, We've also got Vampire Neonate, a 0/3 vampire for 1 black. Who has 2 and tap. Each opponent loses one life and you gain 1 life. It's a little thing, but hey, the little things can add up, right? We also have more than a few with lifelink, such as Vampire of the Dire Moon. He's got Death Touch and Lifelink as a 1/1. Okay. And let me see. Oh. What else has lifelink? Ah, yes. The Vampire Nighthawk, which also has flying in Death Touch, as well as lifelink. Okay, so maybe not as much life here as I thought, but we also got Demon's Horn, which is a nice little artifact. Initially printed in Dark Steel, costs 2 mana, and whenever a black spell is whenever a player casts a black spell, you gain 1 life. Simple. Another sort of lifelink. We've got Mark of the Vampire, which can be used to enchant a creature to give it +2/+2 and lifelink. But we do have additional things that are going to cost us life, such as Fire Exit Arena, which upkeep I draw a card and I lose 1. So yeah. It's now the real fun in this deck comes from, and the name comes from kind of what I refer to as what I kind of think of as the deck's game ender. So. The way I kind of see would be to play a board wipe such as Extinguish All Hope, destroys all non-enchantment creatures, or a soft board wipe such as Ingoruk's Wake, which destroys all creatures I don't control. Also destroys all Planeswalkers I don't control, so that can be useful too. And then after playing either of those, Rise of the Dark Realms. It's a black sorcery for 7 mana and 7 and 2 black. Put all creature cards from all graveyards onto the battlefield under your control. That could be a little on the devastating side. You wipe out your opponent's most of your opponent's boards, and then, oh, by the way, all those, not just all the creatures I just wiped out, but all the ones that have gone in your graveyard since, they're mine. Give them here. And if, say, one of those creatures grants creatures you control haste, they all have haste. Oh my! Oh no! I guess that means they can all attack at once. Oh. But the basic idea is to get Crick out as quickly as possible. Best case scenario, you're probably looking at I would say turn 2 with, if your opening hand contains a couple swamps, and where are you? a Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual is a favorite. It was one of my favorite black instants. Costs 1 black and it adds 3 black to your mana pool. But yeah, so if you have two, your opening hand contains your opening hand, your second turn, and if you're able to draw, have by the beginning of turn 2, your second turn, 1 swamp in play, 1 swamp in hand, and Dark Ritual, you can cast Crick on turn 2, but don't bet on it, honestly. It's a nice idea, but But the idea is to get to him as quickly as possible. Use the fact that he basically gives all of your turns all of the black mana symbols on your black spells into Phyrexian mana, black Phyrexian mana symbols, and so you can pretty much so long as if you're just casting stuff that only costs black mana, you're set. You have to wait if you have to cast if you're looking to put stuff out with that has a combined mana cost of both black mana and colorless mana. But in an ideal, call it an ideal board state or an ideal hand, I would say, on turn 2 you get out Crick. Follow that up on turn 3, the Singer Vampire. Which then grants Crix and Yawgmoth a +1/+1 counter. And gets the ball rolling there. And then, just every turn, just. Now, we also do have a few Planeswalkers in the deck, all versions of Liliana. Each one has its own purpose. This deck has gone through some changes, but I feel like my the 3 Lilianas in the deck still work great. First off, we've got Liliana of the Dark Realms, who costs 2 and 2 black. Her +1 ability. Search your library for a swamp card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your library. Now, fun thing to note: it does not specify a basic swamp. So you could grab, say, a Shockland or a Fetchland or even a Triome. Then we have a -3 ability. Target creature gets -X/-X. Or +X or +X or -X/-X. There's an end turn where X is the number of swamps you control. And then we have her ultimate, which is one of my favorites. Move 6, you get an emblem that reads all swamps you control gain tap, add 4 black mana to your mana pool. So that's gonna be a big help. And allow you to kind of ease up on utilizing Phyrexian mana. Next up, there's Liliana Death Mage, who costs 4 and 2 black. Has a starting loyalty of 4. Her +1. Return up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. -3. Destroy target creature. Its controller loses 2 life. -7. Target opponent loses 2 life for each creature in their graveyard. That's definitely something that can cause a little bit of a sting. And finally, we have Liliana Death Wielder. Has an opening starting loyalty of 5 and costs 5 colorless and 2 black. She her +2 ability puts a -1/-1 counter on up to 1 target creature. -3, destroy target creature with a -1/-1 counter on it. Okay. -10, return all non-creature cards from your graveyard, or all creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Like, oh, did you just hit it with a board wipe? Well, hopefully you got enough to, to pull off her return ultimate. But yeah, it's a black aggro deck. It's designed to move quickly. It's designed to, potentially speaking, move quickly. Even if it doesn't, just unless you have to mulligan down to like 2 or 3, hell, unless you have to mulligan down to like 2 or 3, you at least got you're at least on a decent track. Now with Liliana of the Dark Realms, hey, oh well, we'll just, who, in all honesty, you're going to want to keep in play regardless of what you don't want to pop her infinite until you've got at least enough so that you can keep on grabbing swamps. But that is Goth of the Dark Realms. I made some jokes to myself that looking at some of the at least humanoid creatures in the deck, you probably find more than a few Goth stereotypes. Krista, obviously, industrial Goth. Baron Singer's an old school Goth. The type who remembers seeing The Cure or Bauhaus, live decades ago. Freakus Chosen is someone's pet. But yeah. Anyway, that is going to do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, and PayPal account in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off, saying, live long and rock hard.